All right, guys, it's Marcello back from Toyota World. Today, we're going to talk to you about vehicle availability and vehicle supply and how long it's taking to get your new vehicle that you've purchased or that you want to purchase. And we're going to talk about why that is and what that means for car dealers and what that means for the customer. But before I dive into those details, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button after watching if this video has helped you in any way and if you found it informative and enjoyed it. And of course, subscribe to the best Toyota channel on YouTube for constant cool videos of your favorite Toyotas, Toyota World. Okay, so let me start by saying one thing. This computer chip issue, it's actually a global problem right now, and it's affecting not only auto and car makers, it's affecting mobile phone makers, so Apple, Samsung. It's affecting home appliance products, home appliance makers. It's affecting your television makers, Sony, whatever it might be. And of course now it's trickled down to the automotive industry. It was so bad, or it is so bad, that the tech giant Apple had to actually delay the release of the Apple iPhone 12 last year by nearly 2 months, which of course that's not good business, and it's unfortunate, but that just goes to show you how real this problem is. And here we are talking about the availability of your new vehicle. So let's get right into it. So let me start by telling you one thing. I've only worked for Toyota as a car manufacturer, as a car dealer. I've only worked for Toyota, and I'm very fortunate to be working for Toyota. Toyota is a very smart company. They're a very responsible company, and they are one of those companies that, kind of like Amazon, they see the future. They almost have this power where they kind of know what's going to happen. So having said that, Toyota for the past while has been stockpiling these computer chips, which is great. They somehow saw that there is a potential, natural disaster or whatever it might be. Years ago, they saw that there could be an issue with parts such as these computer chips, and they've been stockpiling some inventory of these. And having said that, now Toyota is not in such a horrible shape. They're probably in one of the best shapes in terms of auto manufacturers globally for the supply of these computer chips. So what does that mean? That means that yes, production on some Toyotas has slowed down, but so far that's about it. That means that it's taking longer to get vehicles in. Some production on very few models has been very limited, like the Toyota Tundras, the pickup trucks. But in terms of supply, there is still a supply that's been coming in, that's going to be coming in as of now. But some manufacturers, they've actually been, forced, given these circumstances, to actually halt and suspend some production on some vehicles, which obviously that's, just like the Apple scenario, that's not good business. But fortunately for Toyota, they were, I guess, smart enough to actually realize that this could be a potential problem years ago, that this could potentially be a problem in the future. And like I said, they've been stockpiling. So we're actually not that bad, but there are delays. Let's talk about them. Now, as a new customer going out to buy a new vehicle, shopping for a new vehicle, there's two key words that you're going to want to keep in mind that you're going to have to make this smooth and less stressful for yourself and for the dealer. And those two words are patience and understanding. That's right. You're going to have patience with yourself and with the dealer, and you're going to have some level of understanding to exactly what's going on out there in the world and what's going on with that dealership or the dealership that you're dealing with and the supply of the vehicle. And let's keep one thing in mind, guys. When we can't supply a new vehicle to a customer in a timely fashion, it's just as frustrating for us as it is for you guys, because whether you're going to a new car franchise like Honda, Toyota, Lexus, whatever it might be, that's our number one goal. Our number one goal is to sell and deliver new vehicles to our lovely customers. And when there's a fork in the road, or when there's computer chip shortages that are causing massive delays or sometimes non-existence of some vehicles, it's just as frustrating for us as it is for you guys. And you've got to have those two things. You've got to have patience and you've got to have understanding. But these delays sometimes are inevitable, and there's not much we can do about them right now. As I said earlier, luckily Toyota was a little bit advanced in this situation and they were a bit prepared, more so than some other manufacturers, and inventory isn't that bad right now, at least in Toyota for Canadian dealers and at our dealership. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you our amazing showroom at our beautiful dealership, Maple Toyota, and take a look. We're not doing too bad. We do have some vehicles. All right, so as you can see, it's not too bad. We do have probably about 30 some odd cars in the showroom. We've got a lovely Camry, Highlander. We've got some RAV4s here. We've got some more RAV4s and Highlanders there. CHR, a couple of Corollas. Down there over to the far right, we've got an Avalon. We've got a Supra, two Supras, an older one, which is kind of like a conversation piece that we have. And then we have another Supra right there, 2021. And we've got some more Highlanders down that way. Yeah, so we're not doing too bad. That's our beautiful showroom to our beautiful dealership, Maple Toyota. I encourage you all to sit down and talk with yourselves, with your spouse, with whoever's helping you make the transaction, of course your sales rep, your dealer, and really open yourself up to being flexible with what it is you're looking for, because being flexible can sometimes speed up the availability of that certain vehicle or that certain model, and speed up the time that it takes to get it to the dealership and of course to your driveway. So what does that mean? For example, right now at our dealer or in Canada, it's kind of difficult to get in a timely fashion a 2021 Toyota Highlander Platinum Pearl White with the glazed caramel interior. You know, it might take a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but if you're open to something like a silver on black or a red on black or whatever that might be, or maybe you don't need the platinum, maybe you're okay with going down to the limited pearl white with harvest beige interior, all these types of configurations and all these types of options can really weigh in on the ETA of your new vehicle. Now, here's the catch, guys. This isn't all bad news. If you're currently not in the market to buy a new vehicle, perhaps you might want to consider getting in the market, because you know what? The trade-in values for your vehicle that you're replacing are at an all-time high. Because of this, I guess, crash with the computer chips and the low supply and availability of new vehicles, naturally it brought up the pricing and the values for our pre-owned vehicles, which means good news for the customers, because a trade-in that maybe you thought wasn't worth too much before, or maybe you got an amount on it a while back, you know what? Try your luck again. Let's see what happens, because most likely those trade-in values are very strong on the vehicle that you're trading in due to this low supply of new vehicles. So taking us back a little bit, probably just before COVID started, or right around when COVID started, I would say a little bit over a year and a half ago, roughly. Right now we're in May 2021. So right around when it really hit, the pandemic, and when we all noticed, and when I say we all noticed, I mean the automotive industry, the automotive makers, that there was going to be a computer chip shortage or a computer chip delay in production. You know, I guess it didn't scare everyone as much at that point, because, you know, we all thought it's a pandemic and the automotive industry is going to take a little bit of a dive in terms of sales. And, you know, hopefully by the time everything picks back up, there will be computer chips. But what happened, so in Ontario, Canada over here, when we shut down due to the lockdowns from the pandemic, it was about mid to late March of 2020. And when we opened back up again, sales did dip, and that's, you know, it's expected. Sales did dip for quite some time, a good 1 to 2 months, close even to 3 months. But after that, right around June of 2020, everything just took right back off to where it was before. Sales went back to normal, and actually sales have been increasing, believe it or not. So, and that's just not with Toyota and not only with this specific dealer, but I'm sure with a lot of other manufacturers also. The need and the demand for new vehicles has been increasing, and it doesn't look like it's going to be going the other way anytime soon. So it's kind of a, you know, unfortunate combination, I guess if you want to call it that. We've got an increasing demand of new vehicles in a pandemic or during a pandemic when we also had a computer chip shortage. So that is the reason for the delays. As of now, there's not much we can do about it. As for how long do we expect this to continue for, I don't think anybody has the exact answer right now. If I had to take an educated guess, I would say inventory is going to continue to be tight for the rest of the remainder of the year of 2021. I would anticipate that after 2021 ends and we're going into 2022, that inventory with these computer chip issues will kind of disappear, these issues, and the inventory will come back up to where it was or where we want it to be, we're hoping. But again, patience and understanding, that'll get us all through it. Have some flexibility when you're selecting your new vehicle. Have some understanding, of course. We are gonna want to go through this together as a team. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and you found it helpful, which I hope you did, I hope you now understand what's going on there in this industry. Smash the thumbs up and subscribe to the best Toyota channel on YouTube, Toyota World.